Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, big ratings for Mayor of Easttown and a big anniversary for CBS's Survivor. We have it all in the hot dish. Then it's margarita season. Where can you find the best ones? And what's the trick to making them at home? Stephanie Hansen is here. And no ring around the collar here. Ted is checking out Discovery Plus's The Laundry Guy. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, St. Paul. Good morning, Minneapolis. Good morning. I'm going to stick in the metro today, Apple Valley. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick. Oh, wait, no. She's not here today. I didn't fire her yet. She's under the weather. She is under the weather. Please welcome back to the show our dear friend Shane Wells, everybody.
Good morning.
I want to be clear, because you know the joke. You're in on the joke. I fire Kendall, even though I don't have that power. I fire her every other day.
Yes, yeah.
She is not fired. She's just under the weather. She sounded like Jessica Rabbit yesterday. Did you hear her?
I heard it wasn't a great sound this morning for the call-in, but I do remember that one time you fired her, and then I happened to be in the next day.
Yes.
And it was just ironic that that happened.
Yes.
But then it was a little confusing.
A little
and people
confusing.
were clutching their pearls like, what did they do to Kendall?
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing. She's
Still
fine.
here.
She's drinking some NyQuil or whatever you drink when you have Lair or whatever she has. But yeah, but she's fine. She's fine, and she'll probably be back later in the week or next week. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm good.
You're doing? Where were you today? I was seeing. I saw in the makeup room. Where were you today?
I was all over the place. So we were in Waconia for Town Ball. So we were on a boat ride.
I've never heard of that. What is it? What is it? Fox 9 Town Ball. I've never heard of it.
So funny. Just there's a few advertisements out there. Watch Fox 9 a little bit during the week, and you might figure it out. Yeah, we went on a boat ride in the rain. We were at the field. We were at a brewery, and there's a bakery on Main. Okay. It's got the most delicious baked goods, everything you could ever want, and a full bar.
I'm sorry, a bakery and a bar?
Full bar. So it turns into a lounge at night.
Oh.
But
why didn't I think of that? I could have done that.
I dreamt this up before.
Yeah.
It's real.
Were you out in the rain?
I sure was.
You look sensational. You don't have rain hair?
We were on the boat and the rain, and I was like, well, there goes the old hair.
No, you look great.
Okay, it's the windblown look today.
No, it looks fantastic.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
We try.
I get that.
I ran a brush through it.
Oh, no, it looks good. It looks good. No, coming up a little bit later, we're going to be talking about Mayor of Easttown, and I got a call. I got an email in the middle of the night. We were talking about this right before the show. My best friend Jen, I gave her my password for HBO yesterday during girls' night, and which we'll also get to. And she goes, "Okay, I'm going to go home and watch it." So we wrapped up girls' night early. She started watching it about 8:39. She watched the whole season in one night. She didn't get to bed.
So she didn't sleep.
She didn't sleep. So right now she's in a lot of pain. She has a busy day today. She's in a lot of pain. She hammered through the whole 7 episodes. Yeah.
And they're like full hour.
They're full. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some are like 45, but that's still an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still. But it's. I told her. I said it's that good. It really is, and you're going to find out how good a little bit later. But right now, roll it, Leo. Let's start the hot dish. Here we go. Okay, maybe not.
It's not ready yet.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
Okay. This will be a good time to let you all know that we have a new fancy control room. It looks like the bridge of the Starship Enterprise. Fancy new button, Shane. It cost $57 million. I don't know. But but the poor crew, you know, just like any new thing, it's going to take them a while to get used to everything. Director Leo, hasn't slept in a week worrying about today. A week.
Why should he worry?
I don't know.
We're the easy ones.
We're the easy
We're not
show.
gonna yell at
So if
anybody.
things go technically haywire, just stick with us, okay? We'll work it out. Let's get started, though. Lots of drama on The Real Housewives of New York last night. Luann, the Countess, made a comment to Ebony that did not sit well, and Ebony wants an apology. Look at this.
How are my girls?
You come in.
Holy It sounds like I missed an even more disgusting
you
display
really
of
popped
judgment.
You set it off, girl. I think Luann did, actually.
Luann actually surprised me with the weird. She's been weird since on the strip.
To call a black woman angry right now, you're just starting a problem.
But she doesn't even realize. She doesn't even
That's the
know.
whole
Which
thing,
is like,
because you have to remember, Luann's ego comes first.
I can't be in a friend group that is not going to have the consciousness to say, Ebony's experience in this country is vastly different than mine.
Listen, Luann is here. You don't have to educate her. All you have to do is explain what you meant that she didn't hear.
I'm gonna talk to Lou as an adult. What I hope she apologizes for is her defaulting to a very stereotypical trope about women of color and our reactions and emotions.
Ebony has announced she's going to take time off social media this week and next week because I guess the episodes are going to get a little spicy. Heather Thompson cut her return, that's her right there, cut her return to the show short. She was supposed to be a friend of the show, but apparently her upcoming feud with Leah was too much to handle. Here's what I'm going to say. I like Ebony. I'm glad that she's taking care of herself. I can't imagine you're on a show like Housewives, you know, a national show where everyone's coming at you on social media, especially about a tense topic. Good for her. But number two, I'm going to say it again. Bravo. How dare you ruin my favorite Housewives? This season continues to be horrible. It's a trash box.
What's wrong? Well, what's wrong
It's boring. It's small. It's the same crap. This used to be the crown jewel for me.
Yeah.
And in 4 or 5 episodes, they've managed to ruin it by making bonehead moves on this season. They didn't get enough new people. Like I said, it feels like a very small endeavor. There's 2, 3 housewives. There's really 5, but there's not enough housewives.
Did they film during the pandemic? Is that part of the problem?
Yeah, and
that they couldn't do the normal stuff?
Yeah, and I'll give them that, but Beverly Hills has managed to do it. That's on tonight, and that's on fire. That's like eating a Red Hot. This is like watching crickets play Uno. It's horrible.
Are you going to stick with it?
I am, but Bravo, you better fix it, because this is awful, and I'm not the only one saying that. It's and the ratings
like you're
are down.
mom yelling at her teenager.
It does this.
You should know better and do better.
I know. I'm a little spicy today, and I got to balance it out. So I always have, there's 3 ladies that email me when I get overly. They like me snarky, but when I get too negative, Jason.
They put you in check?
They put me in check. What's this next story? Will I be negative about this one? I don't know.
We'll see.
Yes, I know I'm going to be positive here, Shane.
Okay, great.
Yesterday, I called it a near-perfect show, and it seems like a lot of people agree with me. HBO released viewership details for the series finale of Mayor of Easttown. 3 million people watched the episode in just the first 24 hours across all of their platforms like HBO, HBO Max, HBO whatever. That makes it the most watched episode of any HBO or HBO Max original series in its first 24 hours in the streaming service's history, which, by the way, is only like a year. But anyway, but be that as may Murphy, it's still history making. Shane, you watched it too. You and I have not been able to talk about this. Please back me up with the folks. How good is this show?
It is so good. So I finally finished it yesterday, but here was my problem.
Oh, did you finish it?
I finished it.
Okay.
I won't give any spoilers.
No.
Ryan has not watched it yet. He likes to binge, so he wanted to wait till it was over. So every time he was around, I had to turn it off because I'm like, you can't see this.
Oh.
So it took me a long time to get through it. It was very frustrating. I was
Husbands
very
get in the way,
kind
don't
to
they,
him.
Shane?
So he's going to do what your friend did, though. He's going to start it one night, and it's going to go through the whole night. But there is a scene at the end in the last episode that I did not think I would have this emotional moment.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? Probably.
Mayor comes into a house.
Uh-huh. And
I know
just,
that.
wow, I was just like, I'm going to need to take some time.
Yeah.
But
I
so
think,
good.
I think it, you know what, and this doesn't give anything away. I'm so glad you brought up that scene because I referenced this yesterday. I love the fact that when all is said and done, the show really isn't about a whodunit. It's really about a relationship. You know what I mean?
A lot of intertwined relationships.
Yeah, and one
yes.
in specific that's beautiful.
That you feel from
yes.
every angle. You get it.
There's anger, there's forgiveness. It's so well written. And again,
and acted,
if this show doesn't win I said this yesterday, if this show doesn't win everything this year, turn the Emmys into a Lady Foot Locker. You're done. Turn it into a Spencer's. Turn it into Victoria's Secrets. You're done. because they deserve everything, and I mean everything. I don't care what else comes out this year. I'm done.
Yep. It's kind of sad when a show like that ends, though.
I know. I don't know what to do with
What
Sundays.
do I do now?
Somebody invite me over to their house on Sunday night, will you? Somebody? Anybody? I'm vaccinated. Tyler, I can come over? Perfect. I'm fully vaccinated. I'm house trained. I'm polite. I bring over good house gifts, you know? Next in the dish, the search for the hidden immunity idol is on, and soon the tribe will speak again. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about filming for season 41 of Survivor is underway. And Monday marked a momentous day in the show's history. And Jeff Probst posted this video for all the fans on Twitter. Look at this.
Greetings from Fiji, where it is cold and rainy and windy, and we are shooting Survivor. In fact, we're just a few minutes away from shooting a challenge. I stepped away so I don't give anything away, because I wanted to be a part of celebrating that it was 21 years ago, May 31st, 2000, that we premiered our first season, first episode. It's crazy that we're back out here still shooting. We love it, and it's directly because of you guys. Our players are getting ready to run a big challenge. They're going to be exhausted, and then we're going to vote somebody out, but that is the dream, and the dream is still alive 21 years later. We'll see you in September for Survivor 41!
Fix your audio, Jeff.
I was really distracted by that, too.
They call it a little kitty. Put the cat on the thing that cover the mic for the wind.
It's Survivor.
Yeah.
They have the audio technology to get a clean feed.
CBS has a crew of like 100. It's like
on.
Fox 9 Town Ball. They have 47 million people out there.
When does Jason go to Town Ball?
The 12th of never.
Oh, you got a pause.
I'm not allowed.
The crowd loves you.
I'm not allowed at Town Ball. They don't let me in the big things.
The sports balls?
The sports, no. It's the big thing. They don't let me there. The show has been off the air since the pandemic began. Jeff has been the host every single season. The new season's going to debut in the fall over there on CBS. We're going to take a break, go get some more Tang, and meet me back here in about 2 minutes. Back in a moment. We're not done yet. Coming up next, one of the most popular restaurants in the Twin Cities, I would almost say in the state, has finally reopened. And I was right there at the front door waiting. I'll give you the skinny. Then, salt on the rim? What's the trick to finding the best margaritas in Minnesota? Well, Stephanie Hansen knows. Plus, she's going to show you how to make amazing margs at home.
I'm going to put a little stain remover in my hand.
And Ted's in the spin cycle, checking out Discovery Plus's The Laundry Guy. That and more when the Jason Show continues.
About a 2-year-old girl from Monterey Park who has just become the youngest American ever to be admitted to Mensa, the club for people with unusually high IQ. She passed the test. Her IQ is measured at 146, and we thought it would be fun to meet her because she's 2. So joining us now with her parents, Sue and Devin, please welcome a very brainy toddler, Cash Quest, and the Quest family.
Yeah, I got some cards, and we're going to see who knows their elements.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
I hope it's me, Cash.
The first one is to Cash. Cash, what is this one?
Lithium.
Lithium is correct.
Very good, Cash.
All right, next one is for Mr. Jimmy.
Okay.
Mr. Jimmy, here is yours.
Okay.
Calcium.
Well, we have a very special surprise for you because my friend Guillermo went to Arendelle last night.
What?
He found all of Anna and Elsa's clothes and and do you know what he did?
Love it. A 2-year-old. Look at Guillermo.
That's terrifying.
That is fantastic.
Poor girl.
It's like photographer Eric dressing up and
He
stuff.
would absolutely do that.
A 2-year-old genius on Kimmel last night. Oh, she's going to cure 4 diseases, that little girl. She's going to do something. She's going to do.
She's going to be incredible, but she's never going to have a normal childhood experience.
I know, I would not.
There's something to that.
I would not. I'm glad I was a dumb kid. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I barely passed PE, which is a true story.
Are you sure?
I didn't really pass PE. I didn't.
How do you fail PE?
Have you met me?
I mean, like, you just had to go.
I didn't go. I mean,
well,
I found every, we had to take it in junior year of high school, and I found every reason. I was petrified because I went one day and we were playing football because PE was divided. You played like a sport for 3 weeks. Then you went to baseball. Then you went to, so the first thing was football. And true story, I got picked last, the stereotypical cliche, I was picked last. And they threw the ball to me, or I'm sorry, I caught the ball, barely, and I ran in the wrong direction. and I didn't know where to go, and I scored for the other team, and
so you got a touchdown on your first reception.
Barely. And
amazing.
I don't even know what you just said, but ever since I was made fun of, and then my yearbook teacher found every reason to get me out of PE. Oh, Jason needs to develop some photos.
That was very kind.
I love my yearbook teacher. More late night, also on Kimmel. One of our friends, David Harbour, was his guest. He stars in Stranger Things and in the new Marvel Black Widow movie. And there are conspiracies out there that the characters are related. Look at this.
We finished March of 2019, and I knew that I was going to be in this Russian prison. And then literally a month later, I got a call from Marvel that they wanted me to play a guy who starts out like in a Russian prison. And I was like, this is fantastic. I can't wait to see what Twitter and Reddit and all those guys do with this. Yeah. So there's all these conspiracy theories that, like, Hopper went to Russia and then put on a super suit and now is the Red Guardian in this Black Widow
Wouldn't
movie.
that be awesome?
So we finished the season in March. I grew out my hair, started growing out my hair, and then I got cast in this other thing to play a Russian prisoner. So I had this long hair and this beard, and I was like big, and I thought, like, I can't be the same guy with long hair and a beard in the same prison. And I was like, guys, we can't do this. I mean, I'm coming out with this Marvel movie. I can't have the beard and the hair. So we came up with a whole different look for it. We had him shave his head and this whole thing. And
that's pretty crazy.
So, yeah.
Black Widow comes out in July. He's another one of those people, Shane. I don't know if you had the opportunity to stop by. We did in 2019, we did a series of shows at the Vikings headquarters. And David was in studio.
Oh, that's right. You got to interview him.
He was one of our nicest in-studio guests.
What was that for? It wasn't for Stranger Things.
Ted, wasn't it for Stranger Things?
Or was it?
Yeah, it was. He was promoting Stranger Things.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, and he loved football. He liked the Vikes, so it was fun for him to be at the TCO, and he was delightful. He was nice to the crew, pleasant, answered all the questions. Fairly recently, he and Arsenio Hall, two of the nicer people that have sat in those chairs. Yeah.
I love those stories too because it ruins it when you hear, and you and I both know.
Who's your worst one?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I know, and
that. See her. Remember how mean she was.
Yeah, that devastates me because I love her.
Me too. I was really disappointed.
But she was mean to you, and if somebody's mean to you,
so rude.
They're dead to me.
That day.
Yeah, they're dead to me. Even though I think she's the best Catwoman.
I feel like you still like her.
I do kind of like her, I'm sorry. Next in the dish, the soon-to-be owner of the Timberwolves, Alex Rodriguez, has a vision for the future. And it has nothing to do with sports. A-Rod wants men to feel good using makeup. His wellness brand, Hims, is out.
Sorry. Maybe.
Is out with a new concealer called Blur Stick. It comes in 8 shades, according to one poll. A third of men under the age of 30 would consider wearing makeup.
Would you ever consider wearing makeup, Jason?
No, obviously, look at me. I'm not wearing any
All
right
natural.
now. Yeah, this. I look like this when I roll out of bed.
Yep,
I'm in a suit and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
No, I would look if I was. I would have liked this. Sometimes you got a big old pimple, and you sure wish you had some Hims. It's the dumbest name.
Other than the name, yes, you could go to the store and get it without feeling like you're trying to hide in the ladies' makeup aisle.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Floor director Tyler's wearing Hims right now, aren't you, Tyler? That's right. You press the applause button. At least, in our new control room, I don't want to jinx us. At least the applause is working.
Really well.
I don't know if it's going out over the air, but at least that's working.
We're hearing it.
We're hearing it.
Loud and clear.
That's all that matters. Next in the dish. Oh, Shane. This is my favorite story. Branding and marketing experts have a very important job. I'm married to one, and my best friend is one of those. They have to think outside the box to convey a message about their company to the masses. So when the suits at Discovery and Warner Brothers put their heads together for their new company name, they had to come up with something great, right? Meet the newly branded Warner Brothers Discovery.
It's genius.
That cost probably $400,000. And the subheadline, "The Stuff That Dreams Are Made Of." Now that's a quote from a movie. So here's the deal. Discovery bought Warner Brothers from the phone people, from AT&T, for $43 billion.
Wow.
I know a little bit about this. No, this is why I love this story, because you're thinking, what, it's just the name. No, this is what I love. I was saying this on the radio show. Shane, you were in the meeting to name this dumb thing, you know? Nothing is worse than sitting in a meeting about naming something, because everybody has different ideas. Oh, let's call it, Dr. Quinn Medicine. Everyone has their idea. And they spent countless hours in Zoom meetings, spent countless amounts of money to come up with a name for the combined company. And what did they come back to? Just putting the two names
with
together.
The exact same block lettering.
Exactly.
Too. Like nothing really landmark or remarkable here.
No, nothing. Okay, we have Warner Brothers and we have Discovery, and they're going to be one company. What should we call it, Jane?
The WBD.
They didn't even do that, Shane.
No, they didn't. Maybe that's what they hope the cool kids call it.
They just thought, we have Warner Brothers, we have Discovery. Let's just call it Warner Brothers Discovery.
And then paid somebody $5 million to help with
that. That's what just angers me. You know some marketing firm got paid up the wazoo to come up with Warner Brothers Discovery.
What would you have called it?
Not that.
Okay.
I don't know.
But see, they needed yes people too to go, yeah, that sounds great, awesome, let's do it.
That's a wonderful idea.
Moving forward.
Yeah. Next in the dish, it was a long time coming, but one of my favorite restaurants has reopened. Last night, look at this food, everybody. I checked out Bar La Grassa in Minneapolis. This is kind of a pseudo best thing ever. Look at that. Oh, that's the gnocchi. Shane, look at that.
That's good.
That is orange, a light orange cream sauce with shaved cauliflower, homemade gnocchi. That's the tuna calamata, and that is the roasted chicken. Look at that chicken, ladies and gentlemen. You will not find a better plate of chicken than that chicken right there at Bar La Grassa. I'm not kidding. They've been closed since the pandemic.
Yeah.
They started doing takeout a little bit ago. Yesterday was their first day. I looked like a golden retriever waiting to go outside. I was at the front door when they opened, and I got in. You would have thought that the cast of Dallas was inside. And then I sit down with my friends Jen and Lisa Lacourcier, and we're on a table where we can see the traffic. No joke, every single person that walked in looked like they couldn't be happier. And I heard this 1,000 times. It's so good to be back. It's a beloved, it's a beloved, if you're not from the cities, take it, it's a beloved restaurant.
BLG.
BLG.
As the cool kids call it. Yeah, I used to take anybody who visited to BLG. That's where we went for dinner.
Yeah, it is. If you're looking, you trust me with these recommendations. If you're coming into the cities, you need to take someone to a special occasion, bloop, BLG.
And then there's the little
snack
bread.
bar. Oh, the bread.
Bread with the soft scrambled eggs and crab thing.
I had that.
So
don't tell the hot trainer, though. Don't tell #Austin. Have you seen him?
No.
I'll show you in the break.
Okay.
The ladies love him.
Hence the name.
But don't tell him that I ate there.
Does he not watch the show then?
I don't think he does. I think he's pumping iron or whatever they do. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Stay with us, everyone.
You're gonna get a text.
I'm going to get a text. Welcome back. It's the season for cocktails on the patio, especially margaritas. But where are the best ones located? Here to help us with that, the co-host of the Weekly Dish. Please welcome back to the show our dear friend, the Stephanie Hansen. Hi, Steph.
I was so jealous hearing you talk about Bar La Grassa.
Oh, Hansen, you know, Steph, you know as well as I do. It's like going, it's like a religious experience.
It is, and I was a little sad I wasn't invited, but we'll take that up another day.
Oh, well, I was a little sad that I wasn't invited up to your cabin when half of the radio show staff was, but that's okay. Let's continue with the margaritas.
I knew that was coming. Yep. Okay, margaritas. Woo woo.
I'm in a spicy mood today, I'm telling you. Okay, let's start with, is it Hefe?
Yeah, Hefe is on the St. Anthony Main Street on the cobblestone street there. It's a beautiful patio. You look right over the river, and they have a classic margarito that I love. I just called it a margarito, but it is a margarito because it makes you so fun. They have a reposado tequila, and they use the Tattersall orange crema in theirs, which I really think makes it delicious. They also have another drink that's not a margarita, but I want to make sure I mention it to you. It's called the Pina de Fuego.
Okay.
And it's a pina colada with aged rum. That's real good. So summer drinks.
Oh, wow. Steph's giving us her list of the best places to find a margarita. I've never been there. And Steph, I got to tell you, somebody new bought, some Chicago firm bought that whole Main Street, St. Anthony, Maine. I hope they continue to revitalize it because I always think it's so beautiful down there. And I would love to see that even more vibrant. Don't you think?
Yeah, and they are revitalizing it. They're fixing up River Place. They're fixing up the patio. I work on the Stone Arch Bridge Festival, and that will be happening on the other side of the river while all the repairs are happening. But yeah, the riverfront is going to be better than ever on both sides.
I'm so excited. Okay, Pajarito. I love these guys.
Yeah, this is probably one of my number one margaritas. It's a habanero cilantro margarita. It's got a habanero tincture. So it's hot, but it's not like burn your face off hot. And then it's got a cilantro simple syrup. So it's really herby. It's hot, but it's got the delicious taste of tequila. It's on the rocks with salt, which is the way I like it. And I just love Pajaritos elote. They've got Brussels sprouts that are crazy.
Yeah.
That are like the elote corn with the cream and the ancho chili. And also they have a delicious sweet potato, which sounds weird, but they blacken it in the coals and it's like just candy. It's so good.
Hey, Steph, I'm not big for overly sweet margaritas. Are any of these good for people like me that don't like overly sweet? Is the Pajarito one good for that?
All of them except for one, and I'll tell you when I get to it.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Okay, so we're going to stay in St. Paul. You and I both love this lady, El Burrito Mercato.
Yes, and her margarita, I would say, is the sweetest of the bunch just because it's your traditional classic margarita. It's served in a big bowl. What I love about it is it's a giant margarita for $9.
Yeah.
You can get lots of flavors. So they have mango and they have spicy ones. They also developed a patio next to the restaurant a few years back. So it's really nice to sit out there on a Friday evening when they've got the mariachi and they have sometimes someone that rolls hand-rolled cigars. They just make it a really fun Mexican environment. And El Burrito's been doing it great since the 1970s. And, you know, they're a family-owned business.
Yeah.
People have been really hurt by the pandemic, so try to get out and support them.
She's fantastic, and she has been, and I know you agree, that El Burrito Mercado has been the cornerstone of that neighborhood and has done so many things for that neighborhood in St. Paul. We could do a whole special on her.
Yeah, West Siders.
Yeah. Colita.
Okay, this seems like a fancy margarita, and it is, but it's so delicious they don't even call it a margarita. They call it the Naked Danny #2, and it is fermented Seville oranges, and then it's got other things in it, and honestly, I don't even know what's all in it because Marco Zappia, the bartender, is so he's like a scientist. He's so amazing. And then they put like a foam on it and then a rubber ducky. So it looks like a rubber ducky in a bubble bath on top of your very delicious fancy margarita at Colita. This is an excellent place for like a date night.
Yeah.
It's Mexican food, but it's just elevated in a way that you've never seen before. I love this spot.
Yeah, that drink is great. You see it on a lot of people's Instagram, and the staff. Yeah. The staff, they're tremendous there. They treat you like it's a cliche, but they really do treat you like family. I love Colita. An oldie, but a goodie, Barrio.
Okay, Barrio has the Macho Camacho, which is, I love a spicy margarita, and theirs is really delicious. It's got blood orange in it and ancho chili, And I just love the way that it's rimmed with the ancho chili. You get the heat from the beginning of the drink sip all the way to the end. And it's just one of my favorites. And they did something clever for the pandemic, but they're still doing. They have a $15 take-home margarita kit. So you can get some of the mixes. They've got the Trinity Margarita and their Black Diamond Pomegranate Pear. And you can mix it at home. So if you're not someone that wants to go out, or if you just want to have something on hand for guests, that would be a great thing to add to your takeout order.
And finally, let's stay in Minneapolis, Sonora Grill.
Okay, this is a very underrated place that I am crazy about. It's on Lake Street. They have an awesome patio that's kind of right off of Lake Street, so you're not right on the busy main stretch. But they have a margarita that is won Best Margarita. It's called the Oberon. And again, it's not sweet, Jace. It is got cilantro in it. And I just love the way that they flavor it with the tequila. And then there's also jalapenos in it, so it's a little spicy. But they have a number of different margaritas, and they've got a happy hour where the margaritas are $5.
And you can't beat that. Well, if you can't go out, when we come back, Steph's going to tell you how to make a really, authentically great margarita at home. And I'm going to tell Stephanie also why she's right again. First with the shortbread cookies, and she's right again. You'll find out how when we come back. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. We're back with Stephanie Hansen, and we're making margs. That's what the cool kids call them now, Steph, margs. You don't even finish the word. There's margs. Okay, so Steph told you.
I'm a cool kid.
And by the way, we were all talking. Shane, we both agree that was a kick butt list, man. That's one of your best lists.
Thanks.
Yeah, one of the best margarita lists. Okay, how do you make them at home, friend?
Okay, so first of all, it's very simple. It's almost so simple, it's embarrassing, but it matters the quantity. So just remember a third, a third, a third. So I like Blanco tequila. So you have a third, which is, I'm going to put it in the shaker here that I already have ice in.
Okay.
So on my recipe, I use 2 ounces because I like a big drink. So
yes, you do.
2 ounces of tequila, and then you have your sweet. So in this case, you could use triple sec, you could use the Tattersall Crema, a fancy margarita if you want to use the Cointreau or Grand Marnier. I'm going to use the Tattersall because I kind of like supporting Minnesota businesses, and they make it this way super delicious. There's also just plain orange flavor that you can get.
I need to try that. I haven't tried that from Tattersall.
Oh, yes, you do, Jace. Okay. So we have a third, and then the final third is just the lime juice, and you need it fresh.
Yes.
You just got to get your muscle in there. You can roll your limes if they're kind of tough. Sometimes limes are hard to get juicy.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, so that's really it.
We spend a lot of time at the cabin. We roll all of our limes, and we bought a little $50 juicer. It's the best $50 I've spent in a long time.
Oh, I might have to get one of those.
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to just shake.
Okay, shake.
Okay, so shaking. And then I want a salty rim because I like a salty rim. So I just take my lime, run it around the top of my glass, and I just go a little joot. Now, you can serve it on the rocks. In this case, this glass is kind of fancy, so I'm just going to serve it up, as it were.
Okay.
Because it is, 10:30.
I want your shaker. Where did you get that shaker?
I think I got it at Certix. It's a good one. It's called Flip Top.
I like that.
And it just flips up.
Okay, enjoy that. And there we go.
Hey, look how pretty that is.
That is real pretty.
And it's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's just the right
Okay, you're still on TV. Can you wait to drink until after we're done?
And I'm going to give you a shortcut.
Okay.
Seriously, so good, though. If you want a total shortcut and this is not your jam, buy this. It's brand new. It's frozen. It comes frozen in your liquor store in the freezer section. It's called Fresh Press Margarita, and you let it thaw out. They have 2 versions. They have this one, and then they have a jalapeno one that I also love. It's a local Minnesota company. It's $20 for this bottle. You just make it with your tequila, you add your mix. I like to add a little soda water to cut it. It's just fantastic. It is like really a great margarita with no muss and no fuss.
Is that your family recipe? What's the family recipe? Is that your family recipe margarita?
It is. My mother-in-law Dolores and her friend Lila used to sit up at the cabin when they were camping, and they would make margaritas. And when I first met Dolores and she offered me a margarita, she said, just remember a third, a third, a third. So a third sour, a third tequila, and a third sweetener. And you can use lots of different varieties depending on what you like, or if you want to use Reposado tequila, you can. But a third, a third, a third is all you need to remember to make something delicious at home.
This is what I do, Steph. You've seen me do it. I go like this with the tequila. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and one for Oprah. One for Oprah. Yeah. Okay. So here's how you're right. We got to go, but here's how you're right. Speaking of the cabin, Stephanie a couple weeks ago recommended, because a lot of you like the seltzers, and Stephanie recommended Fulton's seltzers, the grapefruit one. You couldn't have been more right. I saw Charlton Heston hover above me when I drank those. So good. So you're right again. And next, happy belated birthday. It was Stephanie's birthday, everybody. She's 29 years old.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thirdly, are you coming to us from the cabin that you didn't invite me to last week?
No, today I'm in my house. I have a different setup, but I will come to you from the cabin this summer. We'll do some cabin segments. I'm working on my cookbook.
Okay.
Honestly, all I did this whole weekend was cook.
Okay. Well, I'm a good house guest. If you ever want to invite me, we can film the segments together.
I feel like you're kind of probably prickly about sleeping. I have an outhouse.
Oh, I have to pee outside?
I have an outhouse. It's on an island, friend.
Stephanie Hansen, everybody. For more information, head to stephaniesdish.com. There, that ends that invitation. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. No, Daddy doesn't do that. No. Daddy doesn't do outhouses.
There's nothing you could have done to prevent it. It's actually a really easy fix. This is a block of volcanic lava. You may have seen one in the cosmetics department because they sometimes use them for calluses. You just take it and you just give it a very gentle glide, just like that. You can see, okay, look how much smoother that looks.
Oh, yeah.
And there are all the pills.
Sure.
You want to try?
Sure.
Want to try? It's our buddy Patrick Richardson showing some folks how to clean up an old Letterman's jacket on his Discovery Plus show, The Laundry Guy. We had Patrick on our show and hope to have him on again really soon. He's a strong believer that anything can be cleaned, and his new show is proving just that. And when it comes to being clean, we turn to one guy. And that means, who wrote that? And that means once again, it's time for 52% of America Loves Ted. And joining us from our brand new state-of-the-art control room / the Jason Show laundromat, Ted Johnson. Good morning, Ted.
Good morning. I don't know who wrote that.
Let me get a look at that lighting. Look at that new control room.
This is what $57 million will buy you.
Are we, I don't know, are we even allowed in there? I thought that was just for Enough Said or Town Ball. Are we even allowed to be in there?
I don't think I'm legally allowed to say anything.
Okay, it's no comment, right, Ted? No comment?
No comment.
Okay, let me ask you, going into the show, are you a laundry guy? Do you consider yourself a good person with laundry?
I hate laundry.
Okay, well, there we go.
It's probably the worst part of my week or days. When I have to do laundry, it's like in my head for hours, and I'm like, I have to do laundry, I have to do laundry. It's better now because I don't need quarters, but it's still kind of annoying.
Well, what did you think of the show then? And can you kind of re-explain all of these shows have a format? What is the format? Does he like meet a couple that has like an item and then they tell what the item is stained with? What's the format?
Right. So he's not just cleaning your everyday shirts and pants and stuff. Someone has an item, you know, maybe it's passed down from, you know, a great grandfather or something, and they're like, it has a stain on it. We want to get the stain out, but we don't want to ruin the whole thing. So, you know, people have like vintage blankets, that Letterman jacket. Like, you can't throw a Letterman jacket in the wash. So he just kind of, he'll take an item and he's got a concoction for everything. You know, it's you know, he's got like vodka or like, you know, different salts to just kind of just nudge and tickle it out of there.
Never say that. Never say that. Never say tickle it out of there ever again, Ted. Don't. Okay, did you like the show in general, and what do you think of Patrick on the show?
I love Patrick, and not just because we want him back on the show.
He's a good guy.
But the show is actually very therapeutic.
What do you mean?
It's just very pleasant to watch him just like get the stain out of the clothes, and it just floats away. He's like, look, the stain is coming out. You can see it in the water. There it is. And it's like, there it is, brand new.
Is there any drama?
Oh, there was drama one time. So this woman had like a boxing jacket from her dad. He was a boxer in Guatemala, and but it was like smelly, and you know, because he was a boxer. She's like, and it was silk, so she didn't know how to clean it. Take a look.
Patrick really knows his stuff, so I trust him.
I'm gonna spot treat these patches, but I have to do it while the jacket's still wet. I'm gonna put a little stain remover in my hand, and I'm gonna apply it with my fingers directly to the patches. I'm gonna grab my horsehair brush, get it wet, and then I'm just gonna very gently scrub through this patch. So I put the stain remover on the wool patch, and the second that I hit it with a brush, it started to bleed. I'm gonna go back in water. This is very unusual. I've never had it happen with stain remover, which is not good. What you wanna do is reverse what you've just done as fast as you can.
See, so much drama. He turned like a different shade.
Yeah. Shane and I were just saying, I can see why this would be therapeutic. Even watching that, even scrubbing, I'm like, oh, yep. I could just put that on in the background.
Yep.
Yeah. Did he change the way you're going to do laundry? Because you said you're not good at it.
I'm not going to buy all those different salts and soaps and stuff. I throw everything in, and it comes out however it comes out. So no, but I appreciate what he's doing for America.
Last question. The viewers know that's a brand new control room behind you. They also know director Leo. He hasn't slept in a week. How's he looking, Ted? How's he holding up over there?
He looks very youthful. I think he's thinking about curling right now.
Oh, look at the wide shot. Oh, we're pulling back the curtain. Look at Leo, everybody. Look at Leo. You're doing great, buddy. You're doing great. Thumbs up. Look at that. Thank you. He's been tickling it out there since 2018. It's Ted, everybody. The laundry guy. The laundry guy's available. He should never do that movement, too, as I say. Yeah, no. We're not going to get him.
We went too far.
Yeah. The laundry guy is available on Discovery Plus. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. There's the bubblegum machine full of mysterious questions from executive producer Jeff. Are you ready, Shane?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. We never know what's in these questions. Shane, who was your celebrity crush as a child?
Okay.
Think about that.
Okay.
You think about that at home, and we'll answer when we come back. Back in a moment.
I feel like I know yours.
Okay, the bubblegum goodbye question. Who was your crush as a kid? Ladies first, Shane.
This is going to be so basic if you're around my age. Joey McIntyre, the youngest of New Kids on the Block, and JTT, Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement.
I know both
All
of
in
them.
on both. Okay, thank you.
Mine is right here. This lady right here, Nicolette Sheridan from Knots Landing.
Can we just talk about the fact that you just went back in the set and dug that out?
I know.
Happened to have
I have a whole
headshot
bunch of
hers.
publicity photos back there ready to go, oddly. But yeah, there she is, Nicolette Sheridan from Knots Landing. I loved her and Christopher Atkins and gymnast Mitch Gaylord from the 1984 Olympics. There she is. Hi, sweetheart. She played Paige Matheson on Knots Landing.
Doesn't get much prettier than that.
If I could blow this up 24 by 36.
How would Colin feel?
I would have to move out. That's going to do it for us. Tomorrow on the show, Sam Cavanaugh, the winner of Jeopardy's Tournament of Champions, returns to the show. Plus, a Jason Show exclusive, Cade Bittner drops his new single live on our show. That and more. Go out there and be yourself. No one can tell you're doing it wrong. See you tomorrow.